Hi, this is Matt with Fully Silent PCs. Turemetal is a new fanless PC component company based in Shanghai. It is a one-man operation with design, management, assembly, and promotion all being handled by Michael Wong. The DP2 is designed similarly to the discontinued UP2. The UP2 was compatible with thin mini ITX motherboards only. Thin mini ITX motherboards are becoming rare, so it made sense to transition to a mini ITX case. This forced him to increase the size a bit, which also helped the passive cooling. The recommended power limit for the UP2 was 55 watts. For the DP2, it is 80 watts. Of course, I want to test this limit myself. The build process was documented in my previous video for those interested. For testing, I chose the Intel i9-9900K, the Gigabyte H370N ITX motherboard, 16 GB of 3200 MHz RAM from Crucial, a 500 GB Crucial P1 NVMe drive, and a 150 watt Pico PSU. The 9900K allows me to alter power limits as I please and push the case to its limits. It is not recommended for most users of this case. With the first round of testing, I set power limits to 65 watts and ran Prime 95's torture test for half an hour. The average maximum core temperatures across the 8 cores was 89 degrees C, certainly within limits. I then lowered power limits to 45 watts to see how it affected things. After another half hour of Prime 95, the maximum temperatures were 78 degrees C. I then increased limits to 75 watts, and finally, some, but not all cores had begun to thermally throttle themselves at 99 degrees C, just before the 30-minute mark. I would put the DP2's limit at halfway between 65 and 75 watts, at 70 watts. So is Turemetal's recommendation of 80 watts safe? Sure. If you don't plan to run power viruses like I was, 80 watt power limits would be okay. To be on the safe side though, I would recommend 70 watts. For its size, 70 watts of passive cooling is excellent. Turemetal's DP2 falls right in line with HDplex's H1, Streetcom's FC8, and Akasa's Euler MX. At less than 4 liters in size, the DP2 is the smallest of this bunch. It accomplishes this with a few very creative, unique features. One of these features is a third heatsink hidden in the front of the case. 4 8mm heat pipes connect the CPU to the 2 heatsinks that make up the sides of the case. A fifth heat pipe connects one of the side heatsinks to the front heatsink. A second unique feature is a double-decker CPU heat block design. This allows you to increase the height of the heat pipes above the motherboard on one side of the CPU. This way you can use just about any mini ITX motherboard, even one with large MOSFET or M.2 heatsinks. I wanted to make sure that this heat pipe riser feature did not hurt thermals, so I tested the case with and without it, and temperatures were the same either way. A third unique feature is a removable aluminum plate on the bottom of the case, just below the location of an M.2 slot on many motherboards. This allows you to easily swap an M.2 drive without disassembling the heat pipes and removing the motherboard. These features can be very helpful, and I have to commend Turemetal for including them. Overall, the Turemetal DP2 is a beautiful case that is able to successfully cool up to 70 watts from the CPU. It is the smallest case that I know of that is able to achieve this. At about $230 for a case and cooling solution, it is not the most cost-effective option. But if silence is key and you don't need any PCIe cards, this heatsink case might be just the perfect solution. It is available from Taobao.com, or as a complete PC with your choice of components at fullysilentpcs.com.